How is everybody today? Let's take a look at Mars and Earth. Let's take a look at the bricks. When we separate the bricks from the height and the width, the letter I forms. When we separate them, okay, to two sides, the letter H will form. Okay? The letter H forms down here. The letter I forms up here. Now, the width of the field is what the H is. Here's the width. I got this idea from the C.F.L. and N.F.L. adding on the 55-yard line. So I put a 5 and 5 in between, showing me separation of 50. So I can look at this many ways. I can put the I inside of here, okay, as well the H. But when I do put the I and the H inside of here, well, I had to design this a little bit different because I need to put each line on its line. Okay, but I'm gonna use it this way. In this one, I will create a window within this area. Here, there's nothing other than what it is. If I am gonna go cross angle, my cross angle would be like this. I'm using up 10 yards. So this is gonna tell me something about how the 10 yards are split up. And here it's gonna show me that it's split up not only on each side of the field, but when it is split up on each side of the field, there's only 45 and 45 left over. The system of Neptune. The Mars division, because of one line, the only way for Mars to project into this area would be this way, and it's got a single line. Earth has the double line, so I can look at it this way, I can look at it this way, I can look at it this way. Otherwise, I would have to be crossing over this way. That's sort of what that sign, you know what I'm saying? This sign and that sign, that's the way it would cross inside of here, crisscross the DNA. So my question is, which one gets Mars? The single line of where only Mars can pass here, or the dividing line creating the highness? Now the height or the wide or the length. This is the H for the width, and the length for the long of the field is I, 8 and 9 inside 4 and 5. Now when we come to this separation over here, I like to call it the key, the on-off switch. Okay, and this one, I like to call it Earth because I have two markings. Now I can put it here and say, okay, we're going to knock it off at the we're going to knock it off here like that. We're going to play 45, 10, 45 here, but there's a division. This is the 50-yard line. Here's the 55, so it's all questionable. When I work with one, I work with Mars. I can only do one here, 51, so Mars is showing me the angle. Okay, it's the only way it can pass through the single square. I always use the single square as Earth because it's the only way that I can create it. Unless I'm doing this for the double line of Earth, but then where would I get the single line of Mars? Okay, it's one section and the next section. So in the first section of this section over here, okay, this will use up 3 by 3 areas with a crossing of lines of 4 lines to encase it, phi and pi. In this one, we'll be using a 5 by 5, 3 by 3, 5 by 5, 88 is the gateway. I also just wanted to put life begins after AI. When you're counting, right, when I get down to I9, if you're looking at the game of pool, okay, the 8, the heavens, before the 9 comes into birth. But the 7 is the gate into the quarter life of Mars. I don't want to bring this into it right now, but when life begins, if it's AI, you have to remember that A and I equals to 10. Mom plus 10, dad plus 10. Well, what do we get? We get mom egg, dad sperm. So we get egg, 20 eggs, 14, 19, plus 10, 29. The spirit, the birth. Then we get the gateway, and we get that creation, that prior creation, that ABCD creation of 10J, Jack's creation. So the total is 81 Venus, 9, 11. The total is 110, the towers, and 1, 8 and 2, and 9 and 1 in the cycle of the spirit high alphabet. This also, the division in this earth is number 52 and 51. When they say the word merci or thank you, you're actually talking about Mars. The division, this is a 4, 5, and 6 division, where the E world, the one singular dot was brought in through alpha beta, because alpha beta is right over here. 1 plus 2, 1 plus 2, and 1 times 2. Anyways, Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus, the S letter representation of AI creation of Mars, T counting down.